Please don't say the names. This is part 2 of this woman. Because I know what you would do to this woman if she's part of this, if she's put in this program. She'll be tortured, tormented, destroy her life. Everything will be destroyed, and her children will be destroyed. So me, the nothing, I'd rather be a nothing than being a something like you. Obviously, ideally, I'd rather not be a nothing or something like you. I just rather be somebody who's not involved in none of this. But if I had to choose, I'm okay being a nothing than be the something these bottom fears are. Target individual, see them for the true trash that they are. They're gonna try to vilify you any ways possible, and they're gonna make up things up, whatever they can create, storylines. They've made stuff. It's just like, you think you're gonna gaslight me into accepting these retardations? And so things, sometimes they're like, oh no, you have a child. It's like, because they say that I have a child with this person. And I'm like, I'll never. So the reason why they say that is because they know I can never find this person. It's like, yeah, he's like, no, I don't have a child. Yes, you wish that these storylines were true. No, you cannot. I will not let you speak for this woman, Courtney, because I know what you've done to women, people involved in the program that is out here killing and torturing women and paralyzing them and numbing them, cannot pretend to be femme fatale, feminist group of people protecting and avenging women. And when you call somebody a nothing, please understand, coming from you, it's okay. You are the kind of person who will call somebody nothing, and the nothing be like, okay, yes, I'm gladly be a nothing than be a something. We are target individual, and we have people around us, some of the weakest of the weak, fragile human beings can feel special. You know, they tell me, oh, they're gonna crash you. They're using directed energy weaponry, Department of Defense technology on civilians, and they try to find strength in this. It's like, no, we're gonna crash you with this Department of Defense top technology that we're experimenting and utilizing human beings to develop this technology. This is the kind of losers I'm listening to. They wanted to go into that La La Land fantasy they've put together. I will never give them that sense of specialness. You are a coward, trash. The government, these entities have contracted so you can develop this technology that can do so much horrible things to people. Of course, they can do good things, but for target individuals, it's horrible things. And you're assigned to implement this technology onto civilians. And this has been and is being applied right now on women and children. So you, the something, the strong, daring person that you are just the bottom feeder. And whatever crushing people, I'm glad that your weak low lifeness can make yourself delusional enough to think that this makes you strong. You're a bottom feeder who work for entities filled with pedophiles. You can't even speak about Roy Moore, a pedophile that picked up kids because of the fact that the people who put me in this program donated money to this man. You are a loser in all the other ways possible. I'd rather be crushed with Department of Defense technology than having to live my life doing what this trash do. These people are delusional. There is dignity in my death. I could have been opening up the door because what they do, right? It's a tactic that the CIA comes up with. They have these ways of trying to disorient a target individual and make somebody to be disoriented. And they create scripts of things they say repetitively to disorient a target individual from having perceptions that are logical, truly logical, not that their ways of logic. And somebody in the hallway, because I'm putting things in perspective, Obviously, seeing these people for what they are. Open your door, they are, and then she'll slam the door and run back in. Now, imagine me doing this, or imagine you doing this, and be like, oh yeah, it's war. So, to all my target individuals, if you're nothing, if you're nothing, what makes these people? What makes people who can be involved in a program that torture, rape, torments women and children, then try to play these femme fatale Avengers or this Avengers group of people, and then come up with their own little storylines? They can come up with stories, whatever stories they want. The world is there painting draws. Like, you have a child, he's 8 years old, and so, shut up. I most likely will never have children. But if I have a child, this child is not born yet. In my mind, they try to make me imagine some stupidity, which, like I said, they can create things in your mind to imagine whatever. By the way, they've been telling me that they're gonna frame me, and there's a next door neighbor who's a child that they're gonna say that I did something to. They're gonna create some things. Like, this is the kind of stuff they say. There's some ways they're gonna, which will be, it could be very easy for them to do that. They have access of everything else. Or they say they're gonna download child porn on my computer, and it's gonna be like, oh, it's our pedophilia, right? And thinking that the way they present themselves as this like group of like progressive femme fatale, like that makes them like, oh yeah, that is so fierce. And then they say that they're gonna implant their drugs, their dope, like they say, their cocaine, heroin, or whatever. That should, some. And then the police are gonna come in and they're gonna find the drugs that they implanted themselves. And they're like, you're nothing. Can you imagine that's your life? I'm like, dude, you're something. Please continue to be something like that for the rest of your life. I rather die slow. I rather get raped and tortured. I don't want that to happen. But this is better than having to do what they do. To all my target individuals, stay strong. And know that justice will be done for the nasty things they've done to people. The women that they torture, the children that they torture, the ways they're forcing men and women to think, the way they try to dehumanize you when they are here doing these horrible things, the nastiness, the way they try to make you be subscriptive to their storylines, while they are here involved in a program that is torturing, killing, the amount of blood they have on their hands, of women, even children. Then the weakness and the cowardice these people have to live with, and try to make themselves feel strong. Some of them are more suicidal than me, and I'm the one being burned and grilled and tortured and being manipulated to think in these disturbing ways. They are here coming up with this story. You have your and it's a boy. You have a son. It's a boy. Proof. And then you hear the noise campaign because that's proof that like I don't have a child. I will never have a child. Most likely, never. I don't know at this point. There's no child on earth that's mine. There's no kid of mine, but they can make me imagine anything. But that's their job. The psyop is something they wanted to come up with. I'm not gonna give them that. And in my mind, like, wait for it. Your child. I'm ready to go to wherever the hell I'm going to be sent. One thing is for sure, I'm thankful I didn't have to live this in the having these people live in. Stay strong, target individuals.